Big Greg.
You know.
New menu starts today. This is the third take. Ran out of battery, didn't have memory, so we're starting over. This is an edamame shishito pepper appetizer. They are blistered and tossed with a chili salt. The chili salt is not spicy. It's basically dried ancho peppers that have been pureed with kosher salt. You can kind of see it on there. Red curry peanut sauce for dipping, and tamari, which is sort of a soy sauce, and it's made in a different preparation. And I'd like for you guys to look up what tamari is. So instead of me telling you everything, I think it would be nice if you guys could just, look up things if you don't know what they are. Anyway, this is very tasty. The flavors complement real well. It's kind of an East meets West type thing. With the chili, the chili flavor on the beans and the peppers. But then you have the Asian flavor of the tamari and the red curry peanut sauce. Okay. So once again, served in a martini glass. Two nice dipping sauces. The peppers are a pretty decent size. They're getting about 12 to 15 peppers, and once again, they're not spicy. They're shishito peppers, which are pretty mild. The edamame is really healthy for you. They're soybeans. Okay, everybody knows they are soybeans. All right, so next, move that one aside. This is the Carolina smoked fish dip. Okay. Very nice presentation. What you have here is you have some flatbread, carrots, celery, bagel chips, and more different kind of flatbread. It's everything flatbread, so it has sesame seeds, poppy seeds, garlic, kind of like everything bagel. The Carolina smoked fish dip is we're using trout that we smoke in-house, and the smoked trout is blended with cream cheese, shallots, white wine, lemon juice, fresh herbs, and a little heavy cream just to kind of thin it out. So it's nice because it's somewhat stiff, but it's definitely spreadable. Something that you could spread on these flatbreads and eat it. Anyway, smoked trout, we make it in-house. Okay, keep that in mind. The stuffed poblano pepper, can't really see much of it here, but it's one pepper per order, and we're making a chorizo stuffing. We're making a chorizo stuffing for inside of it. So what we're doing is we're roasting the whole poblano first, and we are taking the stuffing, which consists of chorizo, peppers, onions, breadcrumbs, and we're stuffing it inside the pepper. Then we're roasting them in the oven, and then we're topping it with a manchego cream sauce, which you can't hardly see right now because of all of the tortilla crumbs, which are garnish. But very, very nice dish, very tasty, not very spicy, but very good flavor profiles, and it's a good value. I mean, we're only charging, I think, $7 for one pepper, so, and they're big peppers, so I think that pretty much covers that one. Not spicy, they're poblanos, so has a very roasted flavor because we roasted them on the grill, charred the skins, so that's that one. On to the first entree. We got the crab cake, Cajun crab cake. All right, this is these are the crawfish. As you can see, the crawfish tails. They do not have shells on them. Okay. The grilled andouille sausage, you can see there, which is a Paul Prudhomme. One of his claim to fame was his andouille sausage, and this is actually his brand. I tend to stick with the products that I think are the best, and Paul Prudhomme makes some of the best andouille sausage, so I stick with it. Braised collard greens. Collard greens are basically a very thick green that has to be cooked. A long time to be tender. So the collard greens consist of bacon, onions, a little vinegar, a little brown sugar, and chicken stock. And that is cooked down until the greens become tender. The crab cakes consist of jumbo lump crab, peppers, lemon, lime, orange juice, and also the zest of those three citrus also in there. And it does have breadcrumbs, so this is not a gluten-free item. And let's go from there. Okay. The lobster sauce that is on the base of this plate is basically, we've taken the heads of the lobsters and we cook those with celery, carrots, onions until they're somewhat tender, and then we puree the heads, and we strain all the shells out. We strain it through a fine mesh, and then we let that reduce with brandy and sherry, and it's a really, really rich sauce. Very tasty. Complements the crawfish and the crab real well. And that's about it. These are about 2 4-ounce crab cakes, and they're getting about, I don't know, 15 crawfish tails as well. Okay. Next, this was a favorite. We ran specials quite a few times. The turkey pot pie. So I decided to put it on the menu. This is not gluten-free. This is puff pastry. The turkey pot pie consists of onions, celery, carrots, green peas, turkey that we cook in-house. So it's our house roasted turkey. It's cubed, so it's got nice chunks of turkey in it, and chicken stock, and then we thicken that with flour. So this is not gluten-free either. Unfortunate but true. Anyway, we top it with puff pastry, and it gets baked in the oven. It's a real simple home-style dish, so it's nothing fancy, but it's really tasty. So that's that. The Asian, the noodle bowl, which is beef tenderloin that is glazed with tamari and pan-seared. It's a 4-ounce medallion, and then it's sliced and presented on top of the nice soba noodle, fresh vegetable blend that we have going on in here. The miso broth is very tasty. It's something that we make here, obviously. It contains lemongrass, ginger, yellow miso paste, some vegetables in there as well, and basically, we let that cook down. All the flavors come together in the broth. We make that separate from the dish, and what we do is we saute to start the dish. We saute ginger, garlic, the vegetables, the stir-fry vegetables, which are bok choy, carrots, peppers, and then we add the broth to that, and then we add the soba noodles, which are buckwheat noodles. I don't know if you can see that or not. They are buckwheat noodles, so they're slightly brown. They are considered to be gluten-free, but some people cannot have buckwheat noodles, so they need to be specific on whether or not they can have buckwheat noodles. So, garnished with crispy wontons, and as I said before, the fillet is 4 ounces, and it's glazed in tamari as it's cooked. Real simple dish, but real deep flavors. And that's about it on that. The new filet mignon dish that we have is still an 8-ounce filet. It's grilled. Still need to take a temperature on that. let me skip back here. Noodle bowl. Need a temperature on the fillet on the noodle bowl. Okay. So back to the fillet. So 8-ounce filet mignon. It's resting on braised leeks and carrots. Leeks are in the onion family. They're like a large scallion or a green onion. So they're about, leeks are about that big around. Scallions are about that big around. So it's just a big scallion. Grilled acorn squash. I think you've all seen acorn squash in the store. Maybe you didn't know what to do with it. Well, this is a way to really make things tasty on the acorn. Basically, you roast the squash about halfway, and then you cut them into wedges, toss it with a little pesto, a little herb pesto, and they get grilled and seasoned as well. Demi-glace, as you can see, is drizzled over the top of the fillet. It complements real nice the braised leeks and carrots. Over here you have a savory wild mushroom bread pudding. The mushrooms that we're using are cremini mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, and oyster mushrooms. It's basically a nice creamy goodness. The actual batter that the bread pudding consists of is heavy cream, brandy, eggs, fresh herbs, and then the mushrooms, and then the bread. That all gets tossed together and baked to order. So this can be a gluten-free dish minus the bread pudding. So you have no gluten, no gluten, no gluten, no gluten. So minus the bread pudding, we're good to go. And I think that's about all we need to know about the fillet. On to the eggplant parmesan. Okay, this is a very nice dish. It's very simple. It's very vegetarian. There's no meat involved in this dish, or the preparation of it. Basically, we take the eggplant, we slice them real thin, and we bread them with flour, egg, breadcrumbs, seasoned breadcrumbs, and then we create it like a lasagna. So we layer them with cheese and tomato sauce, and then we bake them, and then this is how it looks when we cut it out. So, and it's served on top of a nice pool of roasted garlic cream sauce. So this is just a bowl full of love. This is a Parmesan crisp, and these are puff pastry twills. So some nice crunchy garnishes. It's a very nice dish. So pretty affordable as well. So just to recap, eggplant parmesan, not gluten-free. 8-ounce tenderloin, can be gluten-free minus the bread pudding. Asian beef noodle bowl, beef tenderloin, 4-ounce. This one needs to be checked on as far as gluten-free goes. So you need to be specific with people, ask them if they can have soba noodles. The ingredients do call for whole wheat, buckwheat noodles. Okay, so this could bother some people, and then again it could, on the other hand, maybe they can have it. So that's something you really have to check on. Rice paper, right? Yeah. So turkey pot pie, simple but good. It is not gluten-free. Cannot be gluten-free. The Cajun crab cake, grilled andouille, crawfish tails, lobster sauce on the bottom. Crab cakes, collard greens. Okay. This dish is not gluten-free as well. There are breadcrumbs in the crab cake, as well as flour in the lobster sauce. So shake it off to all the gluten-free people. The stuffed poblano pepper is also not gluten-free. Chorizo stuffing, roasted poblano. This is a hefty appetizer. I could crush this and not be able to eat an entree. So looks good. Carolina smoked fish dip. We used to make things like this where I was growing up. We used to catch a lot of fish and smoke them. So this is kind of where this comes from. I'm a Carolina boy, so this can be gluten-free without all the bread. So we could do a little extra vegetables, maybe some sliced cucumbers or something. Just no crackers or flatbread. Okay, smoked trout. Where do we smoke it? In-house. The edamame and shishito peppers. Okay, chili salt is tossed on the peppers and the edamame. This is a Thai curry peanut sauce and a tamari. This is a gluten-free appetizer. Okay, and that'll kind of wrap up our little shindig here. So, any questions? Let me know. And thank you.